Minji and Nefty, these two very peculiar mid laners that don't usually play the regular stock. And who will come out on top will decide the fate of this game.
That's right, and the fate of really the PCS standings, Deep Crops Gaming with a win, move up to tie with PSG Talent. But if BYG come out ahead, they'll tie with CDBC Flying Oyster and J-Team tied third. So the top 5 in standings will be so close. I think already, like, the top 5 of the PCS are very competitive. PSG Talent irking out ahead today, but we've had so many great games so far between these teams. Hoping this one delivers once again as we get onto Summoner's Rift. So Electrocute here in the mid lane for Minji. Unsealed Spellbook for Nesty. It is a level 1 here as Woody on his signature Nautilus heads in first, but as he spotted out, it's just a ward placed down to spot out where Beyond Gaming are going to be kicking off. I'd be worried here. Kino's on a ward. Oh my god, no. Dredge line coming through. Ignite as it falls down. It turns into a 5v5 at level 1. But look at the AoE from Beyond Gaming. Woody running in, flashes away immediately. But Beyond are going to have their cooldowns once again. That blast cone needs to be taken. The charm, instant cleanse away from Chris Carter. Woody now with no summoners. That bottom lane absolutely bludgeoned.
So taking stock of the situation, we have a triple sum for double sum exchange here, but there are different... yeah, just so much coming here for the Jinx level 1. I actually love the setup from Beyond Gaming, and I'm a little bit disappointed they weren't able to close off more with that one. No hard crowd control to make sure they lock down one target there. But I would say the trade isn't that bad overall for DCG, because they do open up 2 lanes versus 1 lane compared to Beyond Gaming. We have a very easy gank coming on to Ahri. In the meantime, Beyond Gaming can only focus on the bottom lane, that where we see Woody without the summoners.
Good little point you brought up. So yeah, Minji's Flash, comparing that one, and it is a gold card Twisted Fate. It is a Xin Zhao as well, so let's see how those options are opened up. There are deep wards, though, to spot out Hana here on the left side if he passed mid that way. Note that the right side, for now, is untouched. He's going to pass through. No pings going down, so not spotted out. Kind of guessing that Beyond Gaming's Husha is on this bottom side of the map. And is just currently hitting around with the Grom. Clement, I want to also point out that in this game, with Kino burning the Flash, another opportunity kind of arises. So it's good that you brought up this comparison.
Yeah, it's a two for one trade in some senses. I think DCG, they should be able to chain this together. Some things that we have seen between Hana and Nesty is that Hana will just hard shut the lane. If he doesn't get a gank off, he's just like, okay, you're coming with me. We're going on a journey. And he'll just take Nesty to other lanes and create action that way. That's definitely a possibility, especially when you're looking at sort of like the post-6 potential here. You definitely want to use that flash advantage to control this lane. Oh, going in.
Yeah, and a little engage here. Traps down as well. Dredgeline won't dismay this. Chris Carter flashed on by Wako. And first blood. Going to make it a second. Woody with one more hit. The rocket. The double Clement. The lane was already bad enough. And for Beyond Gaming, I guess, bot wasn't a bad option in the 2v2. As Husha sends away Hana. And now Beyond take over control.
We did see the two of them get to lane first, but that was just such beautiful play from Kino. Goes for the surround, and they chain the entire stun combo with the Flame Chompers. That's just beautiful to watch, and good synergy on the side of both players.
Clement, 8 CS. Chris Carter has 8 CS, he's level 2. Wako was able to push and get a bit of turret plating, I believe. That's a 2-kill Jinx as we look at the replay, and I guess Summoner advantage did work out at the end.
It definitely did, and if you look at that exchange, it doesn't even seem like Wako really needed I think that was maybe that was a visual bug, but it seems like a micro flash coming in there. Wako does pick up the kill in the end. And that's going to change the calculations quite a lot, because once again, I feel like this bottom lane is just completely one-sided, and that means whenever Minji wants to roam, he will find the enemy underneath their tower. It's so easy for Ahri, especially I think red side Ahri, to tower dive blue side on this bottom side. You just kind of go behind the Krugs. You can actually just use your Spirit Rush across the Krug wall if you really want to, and get there super fast. There's not a lot that the enemy mid laner can do unless they're just willing to use Gate on it.
I mean, Minji's almost level 6, so waiting for that point to come through. There's a Noon Quiver on the bottom lane as well. Wave pushing against Beyond Gaming to make it worse, but Hana's going to use this window to try and hit this mid lane. Remember, Minji still without his flash available. I want to see that EXP bar. How close is he to getting that ultimate? Is now getting tagged out, but the flash away from Nesty after Husha presses his W. They don't follow up.
That's pretty interesting because they could have gotten a little bit more done right there against Minji. Ooh, creepy.
Quick trade, quick trade.
He's going to win out on that one. But Husha, because he was actually on the other side of Raptor Wall, they didn't know about his distance and assumed he must be very close by. And they just back out to that one. You know, just good positioning from Husha to be there on the map as well. And this is just a defensive push in coming on the side of DCG right here. You're going up against Wako with 2 kills already. You're going to need some help to reset the lane.
Yep. But once he clears out that way, Wako will have himself about a 5, 6, 7 CS lead here in the bottom lane still. As the bot comes through, they want to stop it. And I believe that's Woody who was actually stopped from backing away while Chris Carter finally goes and gets his Noon Quiver. So the support will stay in the lane in the meantime. Note that across the map, not too much to talk about in CS values apart from jungle. I'd even say top lane, like, you know, Leaky versus Liang's going pretty well here for the Gwen.
Wow.
But Husha's 20 CS up just about here with a Sheen and has already reset onto the map going for his next clear.
That's pretty crazy when Hana's actually only done 1 gank so far this game. It just feels like the pressure in the bot lane has kind of forced him to play defensive. The only other time that we've seen him shown up outside his jungle is sort of that bot lane push in. So we'll see if Hana can catch up here, but of course Husha does have a sizable advantage. And this is going to be a very dangerous gank for Husha. We could see him walking forward to it and immediately backing off after seeing Hana show up on the pink right there. And he knows that Twisted Fate is out of vision. Definitely a possibility for a 3v2.
I want to pull out, though, while, you know, it's complimenting Husha. Look at the top lane. Like, the top lane is just as meaningful. Leaky now with the Leeching Lair. And versus Serrated Dirk, he's having a great time. And honestly, this is why Gwen's banned in LPL all the time, in PCS. Like, Gwen, even against the people that are meant to counter her, still having a great time. Needlework is available too. And as Liang pushes this in, he's going to be down 17 CS. Or 18. Like, it's huge as a start here. And I guess, Clement, for DCG, they have a lane to play through in this top side.
Yeah, they could definitely switch to a 4-1 strategy and collapse with Twisted Fate onto him. So just playing like 2 lanes together is a very viable option for them going late. And that's why I was a little bit worried about the Jace. Jace is not a Leon champion. He does play a lot of fighters, but unfortunately, I don't think his mastery on Jace is really as high as some of his other champions. Hana, though.
Yeah, just caught out here. That's a quick, easy reset if you need it. And into 2 people, Leaky, looks like he's not going to come down in time. Will get the Scuttle Crab, but with Jungler down, you're in front of the Herald, just take it.
Yeah, beautiful collapse, right place at the right time from the side of Husha. And unfortunately, Hana just got bursted down before he could do anything. Crescent's guard didn't help him there, he didn't interrupt anything. And it was too late to flash out too. So he just goes down, and that's very impactful as we see the Herald there as well. So yeah, I think in this game state, it's definitely just drop bot. Make sure you have an open lane there, and you can kind of snowball off of how fed Wako is.
I mean, Clement, the kill also went to Liang. That was the one lane where DCG was stomping. And now for Beyond Gaming, that's going to make up the 30 CS disadvantage. Let's make it 20 after he picks this top wave up. It's going to be a very big deal here for Liang. And despite him, you know, not being the acoustics for Jace, not having it, or whatever the English I'm trying to say right now, it just feels like this is a great start for Beyond Gaming. A 1k gold lead overall. So many things going right. Bottom lane still dominating. For DCG, we need to see Chris Carter get that Destiny off again. Get off a really big ulti to start influencing the map.
Definitely need to, and we also need to see Nesty actually getting into the action with that Destiny Gate. It's always a pretty bad sign when you don't land your first Destiny Gate or you use it defensively. It's happened here. Very long cooldown, and we all know Twisted Fate has been nerfed over and over again just because of that map presence. And he is essentially a snowball champion. If he doesn't get the ball rolling early, very difficult to get him going again. We've talked about in the draft how this is going to be a mid-jungle-centric snowball game. And so far, Beyond Gaming has been winning that trade.
They have. Liang, though, going for the 1v1. Leaky wants to chase us up. Still no needlework used. The DCG top laner punishing down on Liang despite him getting the kill before. Camera will keep panning up there. So, again, further to your point, Clement, we come back to what you were saying. Mid needs to be impactful. Jungle as well as a part of it. Now, Herald's still there. Husha hasn't decided on where to put it down. We've got so many options. And enabling Minji, or at least opening up bot further, it seems like Husha will be doing the latter.
Yeah, I just do anticipate it into the bot side. If you look at the minion wave right now, it is pushing out on the side of DCG. DCG are very afraid that the potential gank is coming. They definitely smell this from a mile away here. And we should just be seeing either kind of a... Yeah, they're going to force a contest here and see if Woody will come up.
Okay, Husha heading back, though. Woody actually not going anywhere. Look at them, pivoting all the way back into the lane. As Vision goes down, Minji even making the move, Clement. He has Spirit Rush available. We talked about his influence on this Ahri and what it could mean for the bottom lane. Even in Fog of War, the threat is great.
Yeah, it does force Hana down here. Ahri is one of those champions that's really good at ganking blue side bottom lane because she can go over these double walls without Blast Cone and without flashes. So it really does force Hana to kind of cover for his lanes a little bit. And you can see the pressure starting to seep elsewhere as Minji, knowing where the jungle position is going to have a good time in his own lane himself. He's starting to get back the CS advantage. Now Husha comes in.
Yeah, finally. Waited so patiently. Minji making the move. Remember, Destiny is available. It could be a 4v4 as Chris Carter just takes a massive shot. Great charm here onto Hana. And as the turret gets hit pretty hard by the Herald, that's just going to be first turret blood. As simple as that over to Beyond Gaming. A great early game and the patience that pays off as they're trying to set up Herald for another charge, but Wako isn't going to overstay.
Yeah, and this leads them to be able to swap their bot lane top and allow a very safe and elongated lane for Liang. So Liang, I don't know what happened in this matchup. Technically, it's a counter pick, but I just don't think Liang is that comfortable on Jace, to be absolutely honest. Did do very well in the laning phase. This CS discrepancy is rather massive. Sitting around close to 40 CS deficit. So they are going to swap Leon toward the bot side, at least get him to pick up some more farm. And on the flip side, they will start to control Leaky and just make sure that he can't pick up his CS as easily here. But unfortunately, I think one of the small mistakes that they made is they didn't actually bounce the wave in the bot lane. I don't think the bot lane is actually going to bounce back. But we'll see after this one wave crashes if it does. But if it doesn't, then it means that Liang might be in a really rough spot.
True. You pick up the Gronk for now, looks like, or at least walk past it. So yeah, it's bouncing. Top wave, Beyond have a hard push here. There's another Herald spawning in a minute 20, so just clearing out some of the vision, it seems like, for now. As it's going to be a bit of a slower early game, folks. Beyond still have the control. They've got the Jinx and have the lane set up to their advantage. Clement, this has been a slower early game, and I'm really not surprised considering that Beyond haven't taken their foot off the slow accelerating vehicle. Yeah,
I think Beyond really surprised us by how strong their bottom lane just showed up to be here. Kriskata, this was the man of the week for week 3 here, but still not getting any advantages in this lane itself, and it does look like we will have a rather easy Herald take here. We see the back here by Kriskata. He still needs his mythic item. Wako's already sitting on his, so he can afford to stand here and just continue to push this wave in. In the meantime, Minji is doing something very sneaky.
Leaky, though, going on top of Liang. That's even more sneaky in my eyes. Needlework not used. Leaky just doesn't want to use the ultimate. Instead, forces out Liang simply with a quick duel. He'll be able to push up the wave as well. So, in front of Dragon, that's going to give some advantage. And no sneaky shenanigans were had on the rest of the map.
Yeah, at least for Liang's part, he does have sustain. So, he's not too badly hit up by that one. He is going to go back to base and make sure he has a TP in case we do have a big Herald fight, but it doesn't look like DCG even want to contest this. They are in a very bad position, and they're going for Drake in this one. I don't think this is a favorable trade. They got faked out in the top side, thinking that Wako would go home and base, and instead Wako just stayed and is going to get a free tower here. Yeah. And they're also going to lose Herald, so the reset timing's not working out for DCG.
Easy Herald, easy second Herald. The turret plating is going to give 3k gold lead at max here to BYG. Dragon going to be traded for Deep Cross Gaming, but still, you're taking the gold trade at the moment, especially over to Wako, who's almost got the rapid fire cannon this early on. Leaky coming back here with a quick demolish. Like, when would demolish is going to be taking these turrets super quick, but Minji for a response, so DCG will stay turretless in this game at 15 minutes. And Clement, as we move into the mid-game, as we move into what has been a very slow game, can we talk a little bit more about the setup here for comps? Because we already mentioned how Beyond Gaming, you know, there's lots of reset, poking them out. For DCG, as I look at this team, I'm still relying on Nesty as some of the setup for the side lanes, but he hasn't been using that ult aggressively. It's been one time it's used.
He actually used it twice, but both instances were defensive. So it still kind of illustrates the problem, Twisted Fate not getting off the ground fast enough. I think with this composition, the most common tactic you see is the pincer. There we go.
All right, well, that's a great ult usage. Leaky going to burn his ultimate, and he chases up Hoosher. He's actually over the wall. Remember, Ghost was popped a gold card. Unstoppable for now. Leaky's ulti is timed out, and he's going to get out with a flash. Look at the dashes here. As gold card once again. Still the dive continues, but Hoosher's going to make his way out, and DCG with their first kill of the game, while BYG has something bigger in mind.
Yeah, massive chase distance coming out from that combination. So what I wanted to say is, when you have a winning lane like you do in Leaky, you want him to push in, move down first, and usually what the enemy top laner has to do is they have to follow for the team. So that gives you a golden opportunity to catch out on the opponent top laner, and is a very common combo when you have a winning top lane like this one. Good execution there. And for the ensuing fights, you know, they just want to run this over and over again. I think it's going to be hard to take down Wako. He's going to be very well defended. But Liang is a massive weak spot at this point.
Yep. Down, 40 CS now, 30. Minimizing a little bit here. Again, another slow early game. Like, it feels like we are just going to be getting ourselves up for some of these big fights. Friscata, Wako. Right now, Wako is still leading the charge here. Ultimate comes out from Friscata. That'll give him some healing. And they just want to force him away from this tier 1. Wako trying so hard to take it down, but still good defense here from DCG. Making the game go a little bit longer.
Yeah, that was a weird attempt coming in from Friscata. I think he was just trying to clear the wave there. You could tell Beyond Gaming felt no threat. They knew the Destiny Gate cooldown was not up yet, so it was a very half-hearted engage. And they were willing to stand their ground, and you saw Kino even throwing down his ultimate for, I don't know, for morale purposes, I guess, and just trying to like scare away the enemy.
Morale purposes. I like it. I like it a lot. Next Dragon, I'm just going to sit and wait for that, Clement. Baron's coming up as well. For our last game, you know, it's surprisingly slow to me, because when I came into the league, when I guess, joined PCS, the first game I did, as Herald gets dropped down, so it's going to be a big charge. That turret was bound to die anyway. They're going to look for inner. Was DCG, and as that shock blast comes through, there were explosive games. Minji coming over with the skill rush. Finally, the action, Chris Carter blown up by Wako, and all of a sudden, Beyond Gaming just woke us all up and said, hey, we're going to keep going. That's an inhibitor turret down. Carter's next, they flash in range. What the hell, Clement? What?
They're looking to add.
That was the biggest 0 to 100. Nothing was happening until everything was happening. In front of the Nexus turrets, Beyond going forward. It's 19 minutes in the game. This was even. This was an even game. Here comes the needlework from Leaky. He's stunned up. The final piece hits through the gap. And as a gold card lands, a charm doesn't. I just don't know how it changes so quickly. Good poke coming through. Kino still alive. Red card will silence him down. Picking any card will take him. Clement, I don't care. Beyond Gaming just sped that up.
Yeah, a beautiful play from them. Getting 2 towers inhibitor and multiple kills right off the bat there. They got 1 shockwave from Liang, and even though he's been behind the entire game, he's still a Jace against an AD carry. So it gets a lot off there. I think the key thing was really Wako. Wako was willing to just flash forward to ensure those kills. Once he got the turret down, he got the extra boost of speed, moved forward, mowed Kriskata down. He did nothing that fight. We'll watch it again as they get the first charge. You can see the get excited movement speed. And this is really the key. As they take down the second tower, he gets the extra move speed to chase down Kriskata, even though Minji kind of misses everything. You can see here, Wako just goes in, is a complete menace. They get the first kill, and then they go in for more. As I think we'll be returning to a fight here.
Yeah, we're returning for a setup at least. We've already sped things up. Why don't we go a little bit more? A late TP was used by Leaky, so this time he has to start joining the fight. As into the backside, that's Nesty, but his angle's going to be direct. He doesn't have a Destiny's Gate. And his Dragon's getting hit away. It's DCG who are on top of it. Smite going to come through. They secure, but look at the burst coming through. Beyond Gaming in a group, and they're going to disengage. Needlework, again, not hitting a mark. Husha low, but Minji's going forward. One more Spirit Rush available. The Shock Blast doing work. Woody goes in, but the rest of his team not on the same page, and that means Wako gets reset as Minji again. Another Spirit Rush. Nesty is next as the rapid fire cannon is all that is needed. Going golden as Nesty buying time, but Husha rejoins while at the base. Beyond Gaming weren't mucking around. You drop your guard for 1 second, and BYG are going to be knocking on the doors. Leaky next, the Charm, the Everfrost. I guess they wanted us to go to bed, but Beyond, they can't finish it yet. And the Nexus may be exposed, but DCG hold on.
Woody with a critical mistake right there. This is a great chase down comp from Beyond Gaming. You cannot do these willy-nilly turnarounds and hope to just sacrifice or pick someone off. You have to be very committed, or you have to plan out 2 or 3 steps in ahead. And they just didn't do that. They gave the takedown to Minji. Minji was able to charge forward with another dash, and Wako was able to chase up again. So I just feel like DCG, once they didn't get the first initial salvo, once they didn't get a decisive fight, they needed to back out completely. They couldn't do a half-hearted walk away.
Game Clement, break this down because we're all over the place.
Yeah, like Leaky is incredibly powerful right here, but unfortunately I think Hana messed up the Crescent Guard a little bit. He wanted a knockback on the Crescent Guard, only got a sideways block here. And this is so smart from Beyond Gaming because they know they can chase. They get extra dashes every time a takedown happens, and Wako gets extra speed. So they're just willing to move in even with lower HP bars, and Wako does a beautiful 200 IQ play, focusing on 2 spots at the same time and picking up both kills. Now he has the Infinity Edge, he has the range, and I have to say this, but Twisted Fate really has not done anything this game. Nope. This is a very quiet game from Nesty.
I mean, Leaky actually caught out here as well. Look, Nesty's ulti coming through. He's on the back line, but they turn on him. Minji's over the wall as well. Look at the mobility. Beyond Gaming is spread out. In goes Hana again. Leaky's ultimate great this time. It gets Wako. The 80 carries down, and Beyond Gaming are running scared. Orbit Deception doing nothing as Shock Blast is good. Woody missing the dredge line. Kino now caught out on the wrong side. It's only a support, and Leaky will take his fill. DCG in front of Baron. And as they lens this one through, they know that Beyond Gaming are outnumbered.
But there is still a lot of poke from Beyond Gaming. This is going to hurt if they stay. And the base is also potentially open here.
I mean, Minji doesn't have teleport. Neither does Liang. So they have to run it down. Liang is going to take the mission. The agent turns around and thinks,
they just need to keep them here.
I'm not James Bond. Liang comes back in. Baron's gone. And the minions are doing it all. Baron recalls their Minji. No Spirit Rush available.
Oh, the inhibitor comes up.
And the inhibitor saves the day.
That was very close. It would be very easy for Beyond Gaming to just constantly harass and let the minions finish off the job. But well played by DCG there. They withstand everything, and huge props to Kriskata. That 4-man grabbed him across the wall, set up Leaky perfectly. Everything was aligned, needlework going through multiple targets. And that just saved them. I think, unfortunately for Beyond Gaming, they were a little bit too cavalier on Minji's approach right there. Just going through directly with his ultimate onto a support was probably not the play.
No, and I know we'll get a quick flashback at that because for DCG, that's kind of their first window in this game. After everything went wrong in the early game with Beyond taking control, I should say, from Husha's angle, like this is now starting to look a lot more even than we've let on. So replay again, Clement. Beyond Gaming split.
Yeah, Leaky is way too tanky of a target. He still has the ability to dodge out on most abilities. And this is so good from Chris Scott. Gets the 4-man across the wall, instantly blowing up Wako.
No. Might not matter as Beyond Gaming are taking Woody deep. Solar Flare as well. Minji with the Spirit Rush over the wall. That'll give him yet another. Clement, Woody may have just given an opening.
It might be a little bit more than an opening.
Might be the engage. A stolen dredge line from Husha. Again, Beyond Gaming have been at this point. Leaky is a Gwen, but in front of 5 people, how is he not dead? Nesty with his ulti up and available. Gold card onto Husha. Beyond a 2 low as the splash from Chris Carter kills Minji because Husha decided to flash. Oh my god, Clement. It's an open Nexus again, but Beyond Gaming won't be there to take it.
This is an ace for 2 members on the map here. Oh, actually, Woody even survives all of that. Surprisingly enough, I don't think we've seen such a rugged defense coming from any team in the PCS up to this moment. We're going to watch that again.
Okay, no, never mind. No, we're not. Forget it, Clement. You don't get that.
Yeah.
You have to pay for that.
They have to keep Leaky away at this point. Leaky is so incredibly fed with his items. That Cosmic drive is going to give him the movement speed to just chop down. And there are no tanks on Beyond Gaming. Support tanks don't really count. They're there for engage, but they don't bear damage.
Yeah,
so
right.
It looks pretty good at the start here. Beyond Gaming basically annihilate Woody. Once again, Minji not having the best of aim with his charm, but is able to get the engage because Woody just steps in a really odd position. So he does go down in that. Game's very early. I just forgot how fast this game actually is.
That's it.
And this is the 5v4. Let's watch Leaky as he approaches this. Pops a hulled miss further back and then just goes straight beeline for Wako. Liang unable to knock him back. I don't see where he used that necessarily, but the chase down is there for Nesty to finish.
It's just hilarious watching this, Clement. Beyond the second time, going all in for the mid lane. The Nexus is now exposed again, but DCG defending. You keep mentioning Gwen, and I'm right on that path with you. Leaky is level 16. He's a 3.5 item Gwen. Open Nexus be damned. Beyond Gaming need other ways to break into the base, want to add more pressure, and inner turret towards the top side is how they begin.
At this stage of the game, we also have to remember there is a possibility for a single ward to end the game. There are no Nexus towers, so if there's a deep ward drop, TP by Liang will just finish. And it's actually very hard to prevent that from happening if Minji is just willing to kind of dive bomb. So right now, DCG, I think they're not going to go for super aggressive plays until their inhibitor is up at the very least. They probably need to wait for that, or else we could see Liang and Minji, they could just wait in the jungle, flash over the base gates, and go right for the Nexus.
I like that DCG have got that line of scrimmage of wards at least. Beyond Gaming the same, just on the outskirts you can see throughout the map around the base. And for DCG, I'm not sure how long we have on that inhibitor, but Baron's coming up in 1:20, so for Beyond Gaming, they can play with them a bit, toy with them, pull them into this objective. I'd even say the Infernal Dragon, which could be Infernal Soul for DCG, something that they definitely want to fight for. All these objectives dangerous, and for Beyond Gaming, an opportunity to try and put the final nail in the coffin for third time's a charm.
The big trial for them is definitely going to be the Baron. It comes up much sooner than the Infernal Soul, and this area is completely covered in Beyond Gaming wards. Maybe outside of that spot. That spot could be, but look, we're putting some, some hints here and there. That ward could be the huge difference here. It will allow Leaky to teleport in and find a flank potentially. So we'll keep a close eye on it. But Baron is definitely going to be the most dangerous objective for BCG. They need to guard their base. They have to make sure that no one's going to sneak in from the bottom side, so they can't fully commit to Baron. And there's also a ton of vision obstacles going in that side. I have to say that it feels almost a little bit easier to give up on the Baron and just wait for the Infernal plus the inhibitor coming from BCG.
Minji just walks into brush near base. Spirit Rush available. That Dredge Line mistimed from Woody. Here comes Leaky with his ulti. He's still running forward. Almost tags Minji, but Beyond have been pulled into this play. Wako knocked up. Beautiful from Hana. And Minji caused this. Beyond decided to die with him.
I'm at a complete loss of words there. What was Minji doing?
Okay, well, look, backdoor.
Here we go. The TP's coming in.
Okay, well,
Minji
may have almost thrown it away, but let's see if he can win it for them. The backdoor beginning. Leaky's taking his own way back, though. He doesn't have needlework, and you're right, there's two members there. DCG can keep doing the Baron, and forget the backdoor. The inhibitor's up again. They have to run for their lives. Oh my god, Clement, I can totally see Beyond Gaming losing this game.
That was such a weird play. I don't understand why Ninja needed to risk that. If they just took the Baron, like, I don't even think DCG would contest. I honestly feel like DCG would have given them the Baron for free in this situation. But now they get to swing around into the Infernal Soul with the Baron available here. So just a head scratcher of a play. Oh no.
Beyond tried to save him, Clement.
Yeah, I just don't think Beyond should do this at all. They might think that they have a lot of damage from Wako, but 80 damage and leaky damage are not the same thing.
No, they are not. It's really starting to become an issue. Clement, DCG are moving to Infernal Soul. There is a ward in the base, but I need to see. Liang has TP. That's the AD user. Everyone's coming out of base with this Infernal Soul. Nesty's popping the ulti. They want to fight for the play, but remember, Liang's TP could be game-changing as long as he can get away.
Yeah, but he also has to take on the inhibitor, though, so that's a big hurdle. I think Beyond Gaming have to just fight this in a standard manner, try to get some poke off, but here comes the flash.
Flash gold card. Onto Minji again. Liang with a poke down. That ward is being spotted out. Remember, inhibitor is what Clement said, but there's a Baron enhanced recall. As DCG, this will be Infernal Soul. Beyond Gaming backs against the wall. Ulti comes through. Stolen. Husha keeps it going. Solar Flare used as well. Onto the backline. Cameraman, zoom out. Leaky is bullying down Liang, and Beyond Gaming are losing members. That steal may have cost them more than just their life. It may have cost the base and everything in between.
They have to keep their members alive, but Wako is going down. Leaky finds another one.
And you know what? Run to the base. Liang still sitting on the side. Poke good, but DCG, this is where the push comes through.
Yeah, they have this first tower down. I am getting a little bit of freeze.
That's okay, dude. Clement, bottom side's getting pushed in, and I can tell you that DCG might be trying to look for an end here. Beyond Gaming don't have Waka for another 20 seconds. 10 for Kino, 5 for Husha. Nexus turret getting hit, and this comeback would be massive. DCG have now opened up the Nexus. It's exposed, and when Beyond Gaming sat in this game comfortably, we thought it was all theirs, but DCG with the comeback, the exposed Nexus 2 times, the attempt